Why do we have 3 parables on lostness? Well, stylistically, Scripture uses repetition to reinforce something that's very important, something that we need to understand. We need repetition to emphasize truths. Something about me, I'm not very good with my hands. Home handiwork is not my forte. Ask me mathematical questions, scientific questions, business questions. I'm happy to wax lyrical about those things, but give me a hammer. It's a 50-50 bet I hold the right end. But I have a friend, a fellow welder, who is a builder. He's very good with his hands, and I've seen him wield that hammer to great effect. And what he does is he takes the nail, he places it on where, and he goes tap, tap, and then tap, and it drives it home. It's not one big drive, and it's not even 3 little taps. It's tap, tap, and then one big drive, and he puts that nail where it needs to go. And I think we have 3 parables, 2 smaller ones, the little taps, and then one big one to drive the message home. Pastorally, we have 3 parables because it also reminds us of our slowness, our dullness. As I age, it's harder to remember things, slow to learn, and we can sometimes be stubborn like nails. Maybe you've heard sermons on these parables before. I'm sure if you've been sitting under Pastor Butler's preaching, you would have come across one of these parables. But I suspect that as we go through this today, and I'm mindful that if you've heard this parable, you may switch off. There's a great temptation to switch off, but there are many exhortations in the Bible that you've forgotten. You've been slow to learn. So I want to invite you, if you've read this a dozen times, to lower your barriers and to listen to these things afresh. I want to remind each one of you here, you might be one person of 7 billion on the planet, but God knows you. God knows your struggles. God knows your desires. He knows your dreams. He knows your ambition. You are not just you may be a number to the Canadian Tax Bureau or whatever they're called. You may just be a number in your school records or university or college, but not to the true and living God. You may be near, you may be far, but God sees you. God knows you. And He wants you to hear this message.